The studio won't make money R2D2, I promise.
Okay.
Just gotta make this channel big. Okay, we gotta make it big. You stay here, you get you a green card.
We got you.
We're
Get
good
you a
to
white
go.
girl.
Get you a white girl. Or black, I don't know what you like.
Welcome back to Step Bros. We are Hector and Jesus. Welcome back to our channel.
So today it's gonna be story time. Story time episode. We're gonna talk about random stuff as we usually do, but today we're going to talk about our olden days, our bad habits, right, Jesus?
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, the days when we used to drink pretty much every weekend. That's I've been working Monday through Fridays, and I have Saturdays and Sundays off. And I used to just get off from work, head over to Jesus's. We would buy some Shiner or whiskey or tequila, depending what kind of mood I was in. We'll get into that later. But yeah, we're going to talk about funny drunk stories, the olden day bad habits.
Well, we found them funny.
It was funny to us now, but we do not encourage anybody to drink. As a matter of fact, I've been sober for almost 2 years now, and I encourage everybody to not drink. It is not something that you want to get in the bad habit of. You know, it's very difficult to acquire the bad habit of drinking. Well, it's actually easier to start drinking. It's very easy to start
Not
drinking.
hard at all.
But it's very difficult to stop, because then it becomes part of your life. It almost becomes a part of your personality, because as we mentioned last time, I was well known to be pulling a Hector, especially when I was drunk.
Yep. Yeah, official title, pulling a Hector. Me, on the other hand, I still drink every now and then. At the moment, I can't. I'm medications. But I still drink every now and then. I don't drink as much as I used to.
You cut down.
A lot. Well, when your drinking buddy stops drinking with you, it just kind of slows you down.
It kind of slows you down. I was a bad influence, guys. I was a bad influence in this. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I'm an enabler. If you have a bad habit, I will encourage you to keep doing it. Like if you're on a diet, I'm the worst person to be on a diet with.
Chick-fil-A.
Mac and cheese, Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, yeah.
3,000 calories, one sit down.
But yeah, he's ever since he stopped drinking, I kind of slowed down a little bit too. That, and when you get a little older and you start to realize, you know what, your body doesn't recuperate the same as it used to. Hangover can last you 3 days instead of one.
Remember gin? We would drink gin, and we would get drunk with gin. You don't do that. You don't get drunk with gin. Mm-mm. The worst hangover, I think.
I lost the tip of my thumb that day. Cutting limes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gin and tonic.
Yep.
Gin and tonic with some lime juice. That was one of the drinks. That was a really bad hangover.
It was the first time I ever had gin, though. It was good.
Oh, really?
Good times, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Can't say the same about the next day, but it was fun. It was a fun night. It was fun times.
I will say I had a blast when I would drink, but the next day I had a lot of regrets. And I would feel just the shame, and it's like a vicious cycle with drinking. You get drunk, you have fun, you get relaxed, then you start doing stupid things. And then you do stupid things, and then the next day you just feel horrible, you feel ashamed, and then you go do it all over again.
Just to forget what you did. But I'll tell you what, though, ever since you stopped drinking, it's nice to have a designated driver.
Oh, well, that I am now.
Yep.
I am the designated driver.
Yep, can't complain there. But no, we've done some crazy stuff.
A lot of crazy stuff.
We've been enjoying life.
I don't know how, knock on wood, I never actually got pulled over, got a ticket, or got into a bad accident. Luckily, I didn't hurt anybody, and I didn't hurt myself.
Yep. Had some close calls.
Sure did.
Close wake-up calls.
Sure did. Downtown Plano.
Yeah.
That was a fun night. We were hanging out with your other buddy, Brent.
Yes.
over in
AKA the teacher.
the teacher. We'll have him over maybe sometime if he's got enough time
Maybe
with
we'll
a
see.
baby and everything,
Yeah.
newborn. Congrats, by the way, if you're watching this.
Busy guy. Busy teacher. But yeah, I remember good times. Hector over here, we were having a good time.
As usual.
As usual, absolutely. And this is the one time that I was trying to be a wingman for you.
Did not work out well, sir.
Not very well. So
Not well.
we're at a bar, a pub, Fillmore's, downtown Plano,
yeah.
great place. We're out there just drinking, having fun. See a couple girls over playing darts. I say, you know what? Let's try to get Hector hooked up here. Let's pick him up a girl. We're over there. We're trying to be a good wingman. I go up there and start introducing myself. And hey, this is my friend Hector. And this guy walks up and says, hey, so y'all met my friend Jesus the Lord, huh? And at this point, I'm Jesus the Lord. And girls are going with it, having fun. Well, this guy over here says, well, nice to meet y'all. I'm the devil.
Bad influence
Not so
meaning,
good.
but didn't go well
No, they said we were doing great till you said that.
until I opened my mouth.
And then they walked away. It was, I don't blame him though. I probably would have.
That is a very creepy thing to say.
Yeah, very.
Don't do that when you're meeting somebody for the first time.
And drunk.
And drunk. Well, I mean, at that point, I would you're not thinking straight. You're just.
I mean, how worse does it get? The devil. Doesn't get scarier than that shit.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, it's just like creepy, Or you're meeting
Yeah.
somebody for the first time and you start. That's not very good table conversation, kids.
Well, long story short, at the end of the night, he hopped the fence and ran off into the night.
Sometimes when I'd get drunk, I would want to run. I don't know why, but that was actually one of the side effects with. I can't remember what I was drinking. I think I started with beer. We started with beer, and then we ended up drinking tequila that
I
night.
think so, yeah.
After the pub, we went to this Mexican restaurant behind it,
Yeah.
and that's
Margaritas and whatnot.
yeah. When
Tequila,
I
yeah.
drink tequila, guys, and I get wasted with tequila, I no longer speak English. I only speak Spanish.
No, it's a real thing. It's like his allergies to the sun. It's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much of it. I'm sure Jesus can take over here, but
You remember Kenneth?
that was when you had your own
apartment,
place
yeah.
over in McKinney.
Yeah, but you took her shot for shot. No, she took you shot for shot.
She did. She can outdrink me anytime. I won't.
That
ever
girl was
challenge that
talented,
girl.
man.
She still is.
I was telling my cousin about her the other day because we were talking about multitasking while you're driving. That girl, we were gonna hang out. Sparkles.
Oh,
Yeah.
good old
You and
Sparkles.
Sparkles had fun. But anyway, Sparkles was the name of her little truck, little Mazda. But we were gonna hang out, and she was texting us that she was on her way, and we're like, oh shit, her truck is a stick shift. So she's driving a stick shift, texting, and we're like, oh man, she's multi-talented. Well, she shows up, pulls up with a cigarette in her mouth, a beer in her hand, her phone, and driving a stick shift.
Let me just reiterate that. Keystone Light.
Yep. Yeah. So she was very multi-talented. And then that one day, we were already a little drunk. Hector was a little more drunk than both of us.
Yeah.
But they decided to.
I was having a conversation with John Daniels.
Yeah, and she butted in. But he decided to try to take her shot for shot. Didn't end so well. He ended up calling her "güera this, güera that," and he ended up under the table. It was
Throw up. There was throw up involved too.
there was Hugo.
There's some of that.
The good old Hugo. But
Next day I wake up and my face against the cold stone floor, and then I wake up and I was like, what happened?
she won.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what
She
happened.
won.
Yep, no doubt about it. She said, "Good luck with drunkie," and bounced.
She partied somewhere else.
Yeah,
Somewhere friendly.
She went. Yep. No, but it was funny though. She was fun to hang out with.
She was. We had a lot of good times. Sometimes you were out in the cold.
It was once. It was one time that I was out.
We were out hanging out, getting some beers, drinking, and one of my favorite movies is playing. So we made plans to go catch a movie. And it turned.
Kinnett made plans to go catch a movie.
Kinnett.
It was a Kinnett movie that we were gonna go watch.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Not your movie.
It is all starting. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, he was.
It was a boring movie, and I when I get drunk, I have
Up in the Air by
no
George
patience.
Clooney. I remember
Up
very
in
well.
the Air. You remember?
Yeah, I
you remember
it
the
was very
pretty
fucking
well.
traumatizing. Well, how cold was it outside? 20-something degrees?
20-something degrees.
Yeah.
It was a cold winter,
It
wasn't it?
was, yeah.
It was a cold winter.
Yeah.
But I ended up just going to a different theater because I found the movie just not fun and not entertaining.
Well, he said he was going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I did. But then I realized I was not going to go back to watch that movie because it was boring. And I didn't want to be rude. I do remember that part.
God forbid you're rude. Goddamn.
So I go to a different theater, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just watching another movie, and I'm enjoying that movie.
I started texting you because I was like, shit, is he throwing up in the bathroom?
So he was being a good friend. He was being a good friend.
And I text you, and you're like, bro, I'm in the movies. I said, no shit, I know we're in the movies. Where the fuck are you? And you're like, I'm watching the movie. And I said, no, you're not. And then so I went to look for you, and then I went through an exit that's exit only, no re-entry. And I'm stuck outside in the cold for a good 20 minutes texting you, asking where you're at. And you're like, I'm in the movie theater. Come watch it, bro. And then I had to text Connect. Little text of shame. She walked out and opened the door for me, and she was pissed.
Yeah,
threw my sweater at me.
She was enjoying the movie, and we ruined it. I ruined it out in the cold. But we finished. Well, I finished watching the other movie. By the way, it was actually pretty darn good.
You had already seen the movie.
But it was a good movie. Broken Embraces. If you haven't seen it, it's a very good movie. And then, but you know, I made it up for you. I bought you another 2 pints of beer.
I'm cheap.
So it was good times after all.
It was
and
good.
Kenneth got over it.
She did get over it.
I got
Took her
everybody
a minute.
around.
Yeah. Took her a minute, but she got over it too. I did feel kind of bad for her though, because we kind of left her alone for a good solid, 20 minutes?
It was her movie.
It was.
So
I hope she enjoyed it though. I didn't.
I'm sure she did.
I didn't see the end.
I'm sure she did. But yeah, that was a funny, interesting story. Jesus out in the cold.
Water under the bridge.
Well, yeah, it's over and done with, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To this day, he cannot watch Broken Embraces because he just gets
Bitter. No.
I'm like, bro, it was good times.
For you, yeah, it was great.
For me, it
fucking
was
cold.
excellent times.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good Texas cold winter. Unlike the fucking summer we're having now, but
Yeah.
different subject
Triple
there.
digits.
Yep.
We're going on how many days now in triple digit?
Fuck, I don't know. Almost a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
been hot. So lucky if you don't live in Texas.
make the best of it. If
Make
you do.
the best of it. Yeah. It's a good state. It's a good state.
Yeah, great
but it's
state.
hot. It's just hot.
Yeah, but hey, could be worse.
It could always be worse.
Yeah. But other than that, what's another story?
Well, I can think about another one about me. When we were hanging out with your brother-in-law, or no, not brother-in-law. Your Gisela's husband.
Guillermo.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
He's my sister-in-law's husband. So technically, he's my in-law.
Yeah, your in-law.
Political in-law, you could
Yeah.
say. I don't know how those relationships work.
This was back a while ago, like
Man, a long time ago.
a while ago.
You had the Acura that was
That was a nice Acura. I broke that Acura. I was driving on, I was hanging out with friends of mine in uptown Dallas. And of course I'm drunk, I'm wasted, and I shouldn't be driving. And I thank God that
once
nothing
again,
happened to me.
we don't condone those kinds of behaviors.
We do not. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you drink, do not drive. Because
Do as we say, not as we did.
yes. So I ended up going the wrong way, and I ran into a curb, and I hit the bottom of the car, and it hit the transmission. and it just completely just broke it. And I was able to drive. I don't know how. But then once I parked the car, I don't know how though. Like, how will that be able to happen? I don't know. But once I parked the car at the house, I couldn't move it anymore.
I think it was like your axle, wasn't it? Or no, the clutch.
The clutch. Yeah, the clutch.
Yeah,
it was a clutch.
I remember now. Yeah, I helped him change the clutch on the car. It was
we were sober, but that was funny.
Yeah, for that we were sober.
We were sober.
It was still sketchy.
I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna find a place so that I can get the clutch fixed and replaced. He was like, no man, don't worry about it.
I got this.
We can do it. I said, okay, MacGyver.
Hey, we got it though. We changed the clutch.
It didn't last very long, but yeah, we changed it. But it was an adventure. Wife almost had a heart attack because we were trying to make the switch between the one that was broken. We put it down, and then we're trying to put the new one in, and we're using.
This was all done in the garage with jack stands and a jack. Okay?
Yeah, we had ropes and like just.
Holding up the transmission while
not chains, nothing secure. We didn't have a backup plan if anything like happened to drop or whatever. It was scary.
The backup plan was get out the way.
And I'm holding it, and his wife actually happens to be walking towards the garage, and then like that I don't know how, like you weren't able to.
I was trying to
clamp it on where it needed to go.
Yeah, I was trying to align the transmission to the engine, and then something happened, and it just dropped a little bit, and it literally scared the shit out of me.
Like I was like, "Do not die, bro. Do not die."
We do some sketchy stuff. Well, I do some.
He does sketchy stuff. I try to not do sketchy whenever I'm sober, and I've been sober, so.
But no, I remember that time we were drinking with Guillermo. It was one of those times where you start drinking out of a glass and you end up in the curb drinking out of the bottle. That's what happens when you hang out with a bunch of Mexicans sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
You literally pass the bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but... Well, when Hector talks about cars and driving a stick shift, he gets kind of dirty, especially if he's been drinking.
I do.
Yeah. It gets very sexual, actually. I remember the Firebird.
I was humping a car.
He was humping. I used to have a 99 Firebird, and he was humping it. I don't know why. He was on top of the car.
But it is those things that actually build character, my friend.
You got lots of... You got lots of character.
Those are the things that actually build character. And you can look back and say, what the effing that was I doing back then, and why would I be doing that? But I did it.
But it didn't stop there, though. It was he humped the Firebird. I don't know how, but you ended up ninja kicking your car.
I don't remember.
I don't
remember that night.
I think Guillermo recorded that, and I was like, oh shit, let me stop him. He's kicking his car. He said, no, let him do that ninja kick. Fender had a dent in it at the end.
Maybe somehow there's some tequila involved towards the end, because I get angry and
might have been. He did have tequila in the house all the time, so
who knows? Who knows? But that was a funny story. The next day, I was like,
Hector's got ninja kicks.
Yeah.
He's
especially
got
when I'm drunk, apparently.
Yep. Can't remember the next day, and he had a fucking dent on your fender.
I don't understand how your wife put up with me.
She went to sleep. I said, Hector's coming over. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night.
She's like, I'm not doing this.
Yep.
I'm not. You guys you're on your own.
Pretty
literally.
Much. She left us unattended. It's her fault. We can blame her.
It's her fault.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. She's gonna hear that and she's gonna no. But it's her fault. We'll blame her.
But nowadays we don't have those habits anymore.
We've changed our ways. I got kids. That's my motto nowadays.
And my liver kind of just said, stop.
Yeah, but nowadays it's more about trying to be responsible, trying to set a
trying to do
example.
the right thing, trying to.
Trying is the key word.
Yes.
It's fucking hard. I still have, up to today, I still have to tell my son, do as I say, not as I do.
That kid's seen a lot.
I know. So hopefully it sticks and he'll do as I say, not as I do. But
it's a good kid.
He's good. I don't know. He's a
good kid. He's a good kid. He knows how to manipulate people.
I don't know where he gets it from. I really don't.
Who knows?
His mom probably.
Probably, yeah. Yolanda.
Absolutely, yeah.
And she's the one that she pokes you and runs. She's a poke and run.
I called her an Indian giver the other day.
Okay, so this is a story that, you know, has nothing to do with alcohol, but we were having a conversation.
With her, who knows? It might have.
Yeah. But there was a dresser involved, and they wanted to get rid of it. And she said, "Do you want it?" I didn't even ask for the dresser. She said, "You can have it." And I said, "Well, thank you. I'm going to take your word, and I'm actually going to take it." The next time I stop by, and I'm ready to load my car with that dresser, she goes, "Oh, I already sold it." I'm like, "But you gave it to me. Why would you do that?" And she was like, "Oh, because I put it on Facebook and somebody gave me money." And I was like, "I could have given you money if you asked. You said you can have it." And I said, "You're an Indian giver." And she looked at me like, "What are you talking about?"
She was offended.
So I'd explain to her what it meant to be an Indian giver.
Yeah.
But
I called her an Indian giver the other day, remembering that conversation. She actually remembered what it meant, so it was funny. When you don't have to explain it to her, it's funny. And I think I called Santiago an Indian giver too, because I think he did the same thing, and that's how it came up. So see, he takes after her. See? So,
some.
Yeah.
Some.
Now Valentina, on the other hand.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Eesh.
She's her own person.
Yeah. Lucy, she's sweet and sour at the same time.
Wonderful. But hey, the best of both worlds. But what else? What else do we have? Drinking. Oh man, there's a lot to talk about drinking.
Now, do we want to talk about all the stories, or we just want to?
I don't want to talk about all the stories.
Because we have some that are just not.
They're
just crazy, like
way too crazy.
Way too crazy.
Like one of the main ones why we decided to stop drinking.
Cut down.
I cut down. He stopped. I cut down. Yeah.
But at the time, I remember I would always be like, after getting really, really drunk and doing something stupid, the next day I'm like, I gotta cut down. I've never said quit. I'm gonna cut down, meaning I would just stop drinking for 2-3 days.
Yeah, plenty of those. But other than that, I mean, usually just have a good time, drink and relax. And the hard part was just stopping.
Yeah.
It's like you start and you're in a good place and you're like, you know what, let's keep it going. And it's hard to just pump the brakes.
Yeah, so another story, but this was back when I was studying in France.
Okay.
There was a lot of drinking involved there as well. And it also didn't help the fact that in France, you pretty much, drinking wine is part of the culture. So you drink wine every day with your food. But one of the times, like, there is a pub, an English pub, an English-themed pub, and they had trivia night. And all the questions were about the English culture, between England and the U.S. pop culture.
So you were a rock star.
So I was a rock star over there because I knew all the answers. And then they would give a free bottle of vodka. So I made a deal with them. I said, I'll show up, I'll get you guys the bottle of vodka, but in return, you guys pay my drinks throughout the night.
Oh, damn.
Needless to say,
you came out on top.
I got the bottle of vodka, I got free drinks, and then we went out to a different bar and started drinking sangrias. And the only thing I remember is waking up on the floor, and I had a black tooth that I fell, and somehow I hit the floor. I was drunk, so I didn't feel anything. I just woke up and I was like, what happened? I look at myself and I'm just thinking like, I need a dentist. I need to fix this. I need to this is bad.
Did you get in a bar fight?
No. I don't remember getting into a bar fight. I could have, but I don't remember. It was just me falling off from where I was, like the bed where I was sleeping.
Okay.
So I fell off and somehow I hit my face and I hit this part, and then I had fruit residue around. Pulp, like orange pulp and citrus pulp, and it was disgusting.
That's hot.
Yeah, it was sexy.
Yeah. Damn.
So, but yeah, it was that was a night to remember. Yeah, and you're
Sangria.
Sangria, a lot of sangria, a lot of just alcohol. Period.
Remember Brandon and his sangria?
He needs to call it something else, because that ain't no sangria.
Well, he put Everclear on his
He should
sangria.
have a warning on that picture.
He should have.
He should have had a warning on there.
It's good times though.
But we started out like a very chill night. We were just playing what was
Cards
that?
Against Humanity.
Yes, we were playing that.
Fun game.
And I start drinking, and he says like he called it sangria, so I'm like, oh, I love sangria, so I start drinking. He didn't tell me what was in it. After the third drink, I was wasted,
Yeah.
completely wasted.
He
and
failed to tell us he put Everclear in the sangria.
the next day, he's like, oh yeah, I put Everclear in it. I was like, well, you could have mentioned that from the beginning, so that I could have maybe at least try to pace myself somehow. I mean, I was gonna end up drunk anyway, so.
He was drinking it like a prison.
It was like a Capri Sun.
Might as well get this boy a straw. Oh man, good times though.
So those are all the stories that we got for our bad habits, drinking days.
Some of the stories.
Some of the stories
knows?
that we can tell on YouTube.
Maybe we'll bring some up down the line. Who knows?
Maybe. If you get a lot of likes on this video, then we can do a second part on drinking stories. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.